Paul, you mentioned a lot about high positive, playing full out, going for it, the retreats and what happens up there. Will you just show us how you do it? How you
Okay.
shock your subconscious in the morning, play it full out, high positive, please.
Okay, so what I do most days is that I'd always ask myself, where am I at on this chart? So if I'm low positive, or if I'm low negative, or if I'm high negative. Sometimes when you're high negative, practically all the time, you don't even realize you're there because your head's gone. So if I'm in high negative, there's no way I can get straight off to high positive. I just can't do it. I can't do it. So what happens is that when I realize I'm high negative, I'm down to low negative. And when I'm in low negative, then what happens then, I start changing my story straight away. And like, I mightn't be shouting and roaring this, because I could be somewhere where there's people, and I just start talking to myself, and I start, you know what, I'm going to start my whole day again. Do you know what, I'm going to have a good day today. You know what, like, leave all that stuff go. Leave all that stuff. It's only nonsense anyway. You know what? I got to focus on myself today. I got to focus on who I am today. And I start telling myself this story. And I start playing this game. And I said to you a while ago about playing make-believe games in your head. I start creating this vision. I said, you know what? Look what we've done for the last few years. Look where we are now. And I start getting myself into state. And as I start getting myself into state, what happens? I start working myself up. And as I start working myself up, I'm going straight up into high positive. And when I'm not high positive, like I'm not like kind of torn around. Like a lot of my high positive are up in my gym. I'm actually literally like, yes! 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 I'm out in the gym and I'm screaming, I'm hitting the pads and I'm shouting and roaring and the juices are flowing and I'm straight away up into that state. And when I'm up in that state then, the electricity happens. Everything comes to me, everything goes, and this is all comes back to working on yourself. Because you can go up into that state, okay? But what happens, if you don't apply the information, slowly but surely you go over there. So how do you get back up to that state? How do you maintain it? How do you change your life? Again, it comes back to your beliefs in yourself. Everything that comes into your life is what you expect. So if you expect good to be in your life, it's going to be in your life. So you got to believe in yourself. So what's a belief? A belief's a thought you keep on thinking. And as you think good thoughts about yourself, you start feeling good. As you start feeling good, you start believing you're good. And when you start believing you're good, then you start expecting the best. So then you could be up in high positive, but you could be walking around Blackpool. But you're buzzing. Your life is great. Life is brilliant. You're looking at all the stuff you've accomplished in the past few years. You're looking at everything you've done. And you're walking down there. Me personally, I love doing something, walking in the tracksuit pants. Don't ask me why, but I love doing it out of my business towards walking through Blackpool, looking at my achievements, look at what I've done, looking for where I come from. Remember, I come from Knocknaheeny. Remember, I went to Churchfield School when they said we didn't know what marmalade was. Then I went from Churchfield School and said to the man, you're doing foundation maths. And I went against the grain. I said, no, I'm not. Before I ever even knew law of attraction, but before I ever even knew any of this stuff, I knew I was better than that. From my parents, I knew I could be more than that. I knew I could do more than that. Then my journey went on. And then I went on into secondary school. Then secondary school, I decided not to go out to college. I went straight into Coca-Cola. If you want to go to college, go there. It wasn't for me at the time. I went down that route. Then I was in a job where they taught me that you just get a wage. Do you know what a wage in the entrepreneur world is? They call it just above broke. There's nothing wrong with someone working in a job. I worked here for 15 years myself. But there should be teachers in schools about entrepreneurial. There should be teachers that failing is good. There should be teachers that making more money is good. They should teach you how to make money. People inside schools, they don't know how to make money. How do you make money? What is residual income? Most people don't even know what residual income is. You should leave school knowing three things. Positivity. How does your mind work? How do taxes work? How to make money. And what is residual income? This is what residual income is. You have a job, let's say in Coca-Cola is getting €500 a week. I should be taught then to put 100 aside. Use that 100, maybe invest in the stock market. Maybe buy a bit of cryptocurrency. Maybe invest in a bit of farmland. Maybe invest in a bit of gold. Maybe invest in a bit of silver. So what happens then, as you use some of that money, what you're doing with that money, now you're investing it somewhere else. That's called residual income, and people don't even understand what residual income is. Why is the system not teaching us this stuff? This is why this stuff has to come back, and we have to teach the kids. We have to teach the kids to rise up. We're told by society, go to school, don't do what you're told, don't speak out, go into secondary school, be good, go to college then, go in and study for 5 or 6 years. Don't whatever you do, don't fail. You have to come first. You have to be perfect. And then you go out into the world of 30, the one where everyone's demented. There's nothing wrong with going to college. There's nothing wrong with going to a good school. But where's the conversation about being happy now? Being happy now. I learned all my traits on the streets of Knocknaheeny, up around Hollyville and stuff like that, in and out of school. That's where I learned my stuff. And I built myself up to go out into the world with no college, no degree, no nothing, but to believe in myself. And when my back is against the wall, that's when I go harder. When people let me down, I go stronger. Where did that come from? It's inside you right now. But you got to close the gap. You got to believe you are that person now. You can never get to another place from the place you're in if it's fear and lack. Stop resenting people. Stop hating people. Step into the person. When you step into the person of your dreams, that's why it's so good to go up into high positive. So when you're into high positive on these retreats and these seminars, you believe you're that person. If you even believe you're that person for 2 minutes, you just change your whole course of your life. Even if you go 10 steps back a week later, you've been there before, you can be there again. And what happens with practice, you go back there again, you go back there again, you go back into high positive again. And then when you lose money, things go wrong, which will happen in life, you have the backbone, you go, you know what, I'm going to do it again, I'm going to go again. And what happened for me, the last time I lost everything, it never happened again. I had a huge setback in 2017, but I didn't lose everything. And then since that day, I changed the whole course of my life. I changed how I operated everything, how I operated business, how I operated everything. And I built an organic one way bigger and stronger than it ever has been before from the mistakes I've made. If I never made them mistakes in the past, how would I grow from them? I thought that when I learned all this stuff, I'd make no more mistakes. I thought it would all happen. That's not the case. If I make a mistake tomorrow, I'm going to get hurt. But I learned from it. And all you can do is the next right thing. And as you do the next right thing, you start building your own stuff. You start building your own empire if that's what you want. But everything starts with you. You don't try to change nobody. You change yourself. And by you changing yourself, your family will change. Not because you change them, because they see it's the power of attraction. Then your family changes. Then your community changes. And you asked me a while ago, what's my mission? My mission is this. Then Cork City changes. Then Ireland changes. Then the world changes. My mission is to see the world at a better place, to see everybody at their best. And you might say, how can you change that? And I say, why can't I? You can be, do, or have anything. Thank you. Yeah.